Hey, just watched Captain Fantastic, starring Frank, Frank Langella, Viggo Mortensen, and a variety of child actors. Uh, um, yes, and, oh, Maureen Dowd, I think, um, as a grandmother, where Captain Fantastic Vigo Ben is living in the woods with his children. Kind of open with a scene of they're all covered with mud, and the oldest son kills with a knife a buck, and it's a real kind of shocking, bloody, kind of alienating scene for the audience of like, holy shit, this is this family that if you I made the joke that like if you came across them as a hiker, you'd be like, don't get up. I'll just leave. I'll leave now before you brutally murder me. But actually, it's more of a very kind of idealistic kind of commune thing where the father is raising the kids, educating them very thoroughly, um, physically training them. You know, lots of physical stuff. There's some things that are like almost like to the point of extreme, of rock climbing that's kind of it's, could be dangerous. As noted later, these kids are covered with bruises and scratches because of fairly extreme life that they are leaving, and indeed it is extreme. They're completely cut off from the outside world, basically. Um, reading intensely and all that stuff, but still having no contact with anyone in the outside world, really. And we find that, hey, where's the mother? It turns out the mother has bipolar disorder, and pretty shortly, and is in probably a mental institution somewhere. And we find out fairly early in the movie that she has died, that she has killed herself. And Vigo, Ben, tells the kids this. Kids who all have names that they made up so that they'd all be completely unique. And it's sort of a story of, I mean, they go to travel to the mother's funeral with, a father who's really, really um, does not get on with Ben, who feels like he basically taking her away from the city, taking her away from treatment, perhaps was not good for her, killed her in a way. That when help came, and help came too late. And it's kind of this question of, we get to see, especially kind of the oldest son, sort of him struggling with like, what does he want to do with his life? He's got accepted to all these colleges. Will he accept that? Um, you know, a good question of, it's one of those movies I was thinking about, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, where you could watch a movie one way and think Jack Nicholson is the hero, and in the other way you could look at the movie and think that Nurse Ratched is actually kind of the person who's actually trying to do good here. Um, and there could be that kind of flavor with Captain Fantastic, except that Captain Fantastic, I think, kind of veers into what I think is fantasy in the end. That it's, I mean, I want a happy ending for these people, for these kids, for Ben, but there's a lot of things that I don't know if I would see it happening that way. I would see it more that Ben would never let go of his idealism. If you've got that level of idealism, his shift in here, I don't think would have happened. I think he would have continued going despite that. And even then, still, very much loving his kids. I mean, the character, I mean, in some ways, I think about this movie, it's like you've stacked the deck by having Viggo Mortensen, this kind of poet, warrior, um, kind of guy, as the as the as your lead. Steve Zahn appears in the movie as a much more conventional husband his uh, his of Vigo's sister, and it's like I would wonder if like he was the head of this family, or someone a little bit darker, like there's in a way that this is a bit of a cult, and that this could be this could be, you know, Charlie Manson brainwashing his acolytes. Though this guy, this Ben, really does seem to be trying to raise his children as openly and truthfully as he can, but having put them at the extreme of the world and having him as their center, it's hard to not fall into a thing of like you're using your power over these children in a way that's maybe more for your own ego than it is for them. I don't know. And I might be reading darker things into a story where Ben is real. This movie really likes Ben. Really likes him. That they it's like he is the good guy, and maybe that's what disappoints me about the movie, is that I wanted to see more of a darker. I mean, you could have both, and leave it to the audience to decide. I don't know if the movie allows that reading, allows you to decide. So yeah, that's Captain Fantastic, a 2016 movie. More videos later.